Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Anissa and I'm with Stampin' with Anissa. Sorry we're not starting off and you seeing my face at first, but um if you know my trials and tribulations, I have been struggling with this whole camera thing. And every time I switch from my face then to the table, it's just been horrible. And yeah, it starts to lag and then I get frustrated and yeah, I just feel like just shutting down. So, anyways, I decided to do it this way and I've got a different camera setup here. So, hopefully this is going to work out. We'll see what happens. This is a temporary thing until I really figure out what's happening. But so let's begin. So in my message there, I said that I wanted to create something using the Beary. So where does it go? Here. The Beary Christmas, the paper from the Beary Christmas Sweet Collection, and here is the paper right here that I'm going to be using. It's called Beary Christmas, and it's 12 by 12 designer series paper. And actually, I think it's a little backlog. Everybody's starting to make Christmas stuff now, which I think it's great. But then that means then things get there's not back orders, but like reprinting of the material is or the product is going to take a little while. So I think it said November 13th. I'm not sure, or end of October. But here is the card that I want to make for you, or we could do it together. So like I said in I was watching Instagram and I found this lady that I follow. Her name is Christina Tarta. She's in Europe and she is a card maker, but she also does other paper crafts, and I really, really love what she does. And this is actually fairly, really simple. But look at, isn't that cute? These are just what? These are like little squares, and it's all in how you put it together. And I think it's really cute. So let's start and create this little project. So the paper that I took, so this was part of the Beary, what did I say it was? Oh, sorry. Yeah, the Beary Christmas paper. I took the one. Now, what I've realized is that, so there's two sides of the designer series paper, right? So I picked this side. Now, I on her Instagram post, she on her reel, she used like one side of the paper and then she's the other side of the paper, which is the nice contrasting one. But it doesn't look so great if you do that's what I realized. So if you'll notice, I did a solid on this one, but sometimes you can use two patterns, but it just has to match. And in this case, I would not be using this with this. No, it just doesn't work. And I tried to use other paper, but it just didn't. I didn't think it looked good. So let me go ahead and get. I pre-cut everything. What am I doing? Yeah, I did. Oh no, but I need the scoring. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer and I'm going to put this off to the side. And so I have half of, this is Night of Navy, and I have half of this, right? So I took an 8.5 by 11 and I cut the 8.5 by 11 in half at the shorter end, right? So this is 4.25. And so I'm going to score it at 5.5. Okay. So don't forget that if you have this paper trimmer, you're going to use the lighter color of the little thingy doohickey, whatever it's called. Okay, I'm going to put this off to the side. Little doohickey thingy mabobber. I don't know what to call it. And I'm going to give it a good clean edge. Okay, so we did this. This is the backing. Now this is going to be the base. Okay, so this is cut at 4.25 by 5 inches, and it's just the crumb cake cardstock. Okay. And I pre-cut this. So like I had mentioned before, I use the back side of the paper of the Beary Christmas paper. And honestly, I think the best way to so what I did was I cut it this way. But then I realized that when I was cutting it inch and a half, inch and a half, and inch and a half, you couldn't it didn't align, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I think it's better to cut it this way, and then you cut it inch and a half, inch and a half. And this is what I mean. So here's the paper. So this is inch and a half. I cut so inch and a half, inch and a half. So see if you'll notice that, see they align, right? And I cut this. You sort of want at least the two to match. Whoops, let's go and just see that matches. So you sort of want like the two top pieces and the two bottom pieces to match up. And before it was just sort of funky and they were random and I didn't like it. So I did it this way, which means then cutting it this long way that I had mentioned before, I think might be better. And you just cut it inch and a half, inch and a half, and then you have the two that match here and then two that match, take the two and put it over here. But that's just me. Okay. This has a different kind of pattern. You can use a different pattern and just be a bunch of circles and it would be different too. So I think it all just depends on your pattern and what your preference is. So this 4¼ by 5, we are going to take, where'd I put it? Oh, darn. Oh, here it is. Okay. So we're going to take our Stampin' Seal. Okay, we're going to take our Stampin' Seal. And what I realized, so this is how it's going to be placed. Like this. Right? And I sort of eyeballed it as I was putting it on the paper. But what you want to do is is a 1/4 inch, or not a 1/4 inch. What did I say? Wait a minute. Let me see. Yeah, like this. Yeah, it is a 1/4 inch. It's like a 1/4 inch there. And I sort of eyeballed it as I was putting it in. And I started off with 1 square. And what I did was so this is how it's going to lay out, right? So I put the Stampin' Seal right here on this corner, right here on this corner, right here on the back side. And I take it and I just put, oops. There. And I just put a little bit. I don't know if you could see that, but I just put it right there, just a little bit. And then I put it down right about so. Okay. Okay. And then I did it, and doing that, it sort of has some give, and it's weird, but you sort of need it. Okay. Then the next one, I'm going to go and put the Stampin' Seal on this side right here in the back. So I'm going to take that. I felt that this is just an easier way of doing it so that it allows you to want to leave just a little bit of space, right? But it allows you you need some flexibility. You'll see what I'm talking about when you're laying out the paper. Okay, so now you're going to put the other two here on the bottom, and you're going to want to put the glue over here and here. So I'm going to take this, okay, and put it on this corner. Going to line it up. You want to give it some space in between. Okay, and then we're going to do the last one. We're going to put it here, Stampin' Seal on this corner. Ah, that's the thing about, there we go. Okay. And this is going to be on that corner. Okay. Now we're going to use, and I cut Night of Navy, which matches the little, you know, accent colors there. And so now I'm just going to put this here. I did not, there's nothing, there's no adhesive on this, okay? It's just using the paper to actually hold it down. So there's that. You sort of have to turn it, look at, it's like an diagonal, I guess. And you put it under here and you just leave just enough of that, of the tip. Now, when you do this one, you leave just enough of the tip. And what I notice is that if you've got the paper just sort of right, going right down the middle, also there, that helps. Okay, and then we'll do it to this paper. Okay, like so. And then, now remember, these are all squares, and these are, I cut them at 1.5 by 1.5. Okay, and then this goes, whoops, not going in very much. So this is what I mean by, like, you're gonna have to, that's why you don't really, there we go. There we go. Okay. And that's why I didn't glue too much. You're only gluing here underneath, just so that you could get the paper under it. But once after you do it, it's fine. And then I took this punch, and I think it's in the annual catalog, the rectangle postage um, stamp. Okay. And what I did was I cut it. I didn't cut it the complete, I didn't punch it the complete length. I sort of like cut it in between. And what I did was I took, so this one is a regular long one. Yep, this is the regular long one. And then I took a scrap. I took any scrap. It didn't matter what I pick. And I have a scrap right here. And what I did was I took some scrap. You just sort of get a little imaginative, right, on how to fix this. And then you take some tape. Okay, this is how, there might be a better way of doing this, but I don't know. Sometimes I just make things more complicated, but it worked for me. I put tape behind there. So this is my scrap, right? Oh, it looks funny. Anyway, I go ahead and I insert it here, and I'm only gonna do like, it was only gonna do, so this is the whole, punch, and I'm gonna take like a 1/2 inch off, and it's terrible, but I eyeball it and it's a 1/2 inch, and I go ahead and I cut it like this. Ta-da! That's how I do it. I know it's a little funny. I could, oops, it's not even sorry. But anyways, I did it and it turned out like ta-da, like that. Okay. And actually, I just thought of something. I didn't do it that way. Let me go back. Terrible. What I did was I went all the way in the back, because if you don't, it makes the curves go inward. See, these are go outward. Notice that it looks like a, see how the little bumps go out? Well, look at the bumps go in. So if you do it, you have to go like this and go all the way to the back, so that you have, make sure you have it going the right way. And then you have to get it, oops, get it in there and align it. Well, it worked last time. Hold on. Yeah, I did it this way. Oh, my paper was smaller. That's what I did. So you try to get it in there. Not working. Well, anyways, I got it. I'll have to do an example later on, but I got it in there, pushed it in, and then I pressed it down, and then it gave me this lovely, somewhat of a square. Okay. So once after you get the paper in, doesn't that look cute? Now I go ahead and take this from the stamp set, the Beary Cute, and I took real red. Okay. Stamp. Oops, sorry. And I go ahead and I put it on the little postage stamp. That is really cute. Warm wishes. And then I'm going to close this up because it's always terrible that I get stuff on me. And now I'm going to use some Tombow glue because on this one, but you could use dimensionals. It doesn't, give it some lift. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to put it like so. So cute. Okay. Now I'm going to take that's so weird. Where did I put it? I'm going to take, oh, here it is. I'm going to take, to give it some lift, some foam adhesive strips. Okay, and I'm going to put it on my 4 1/4 and 5. See this? I'm going to flip it over. And I am just going to. Now, it's always best to have scissors, and this is what I do. I have scissors that I only cut adhesive with because it gets the scissors get sticky after a while, and I don't like that feeling. So, yeah, that's what I do. And now I'm going to use another one for the other side. Here we go. And I'm going to do it here. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to take these all off. Okay. And now I'm going to put it on my base. And I'm just going to leave like a 1/4 inch and a 1/4 inch on top and bottom. And there you have it. So cute. It's simple, but a little complicated because you have to sort of finagle with the little squares, but really all they are squares. Looks like a quilt to me. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed everything tonight, and I appreciate you coming on, and whether you watch it later on but if you could just give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe. That's always appreciated. But you have a great evening. Oh, by the way, Stampin' Up has a great deal. So if you want to become a demonstrator, so you're getting ready for Christmas and you want to start making your cards, and if you don't have a catalog now, I can definitely give it to you. But if you go to my my website, Stampin' Up with Anissa, you'll be able to go on and see the different PDFs of the catalogs. And or if you want me to send you one, you could DM me. Yeah, that's great too. I can get you a catalog, but Christmas is coming, and so some people like to make their own cards, and it's a great time. But if you do, there is a deal for becoming a demonstrator. You don't have to be a demonstrator and have it as a business. You can do it as a hobby, and you get a good deal. Anyways, if you want to know more, I'll put it in my YouTube space there. But anyways, you have a great evening, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.